Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are going to be doing something kind of cool today. Finally, we're going to be going up to Boulder, Colorado. And we have a purpose for this visit. Ooh. All right guys, we're going to be going to Boulder, Colorado because we need some repairs done with the Brompton. The Brompton is a very sickly bike right now. Forget about the tires, okay? The tires need to be replaced. I have extra tires at home, but I always can use more because you never know when there's going to be a natural shortage of Brompton tires. So I always keep like 3, 4, maybe 5 in stock at any given time. What we got going on here is the chain is almost completely wore out. Actually, it's probably over 100% wore out. And what you got is, I don't know if you could see the gaps right between here. When you start seeing gaps in the large ring, what's happening is that the chain is stretched and it's not fitting down into the groove properly. More than likely that rear gear is wore out too. So we definitely need to get a chain replacement. We definitely need to get a rear gear replacement. My rear internal 3-speed Sturmy Archer hub is definitely making a lot more noise than I'd like or I'm used to. So I'm kind of worried about it. To tell you the honest God truth, I'm hoping nothing is wrong with that 3-speed gear hub. But I'm gonna have Chuck look at that as well when we get up to Freedom Folding Bikes in Boulder, Colorado. I'm going to try to get some sort of top tube protector because as you guys know, I've been using this bike to bicycle messenger, and I've been scuffing the top tube when I get off the bike and my foot actually drags across the top tube. I've been scuffing it up quite a bit and I don't like that. This shifter has been causing me all kinds of problems. I'm going to get Chuck to look at that as well. And then I'm going to get Chuck to look over the whole bike and make sure there's nothing dangerous, nothing's wearing out. There's nothing wrong that I don't see. I'm gonna have him check the bearings, check the folding mechanisms, check all that stuff, and hopefully we'll be in good shape. We're gonna pick up some 20-inch tires and some 16-inch tires. We got a lot of stuff I need to get while I'm up at Freedom Folding Bikes. It's gonna get really hot soon when that sun is overhead, and we need to get up to Boulder, Colorado as soon as possible. That's first gear. You hear all that noise? It's one of the things I want Chuck to look at. I'm just hoping it's a wore out chain and the sprocket, but yeah. Pretty loud, isn't it? Kind of embarrassing. You put it in second gear, you hear nothing. Sounds quiet as a mouse. So that's what's making me a little worried, because if it was the chain, and I know the chain's completely wore out, it's over completely wore out, but if it was the chain, you would think it would be doing it in all gears, but it's not. It's just doing it in the first and the third gear. The third gear doesn't make as much noise as the first, but what it does do is you can feel that grinding in your pedal. I'm really, really concerned right now. I don't want nothing to be wrong with that gear hub. guys, made it up to Boulder, Colorado. We're heading up to Freedom Folding Bikes right now to talk with Chuck. I'm kind of nervous about this, I really am. I'm expecting the worst when it comes to my Brompton. I'm expecting him to say that the rear hub is shot and it needs another one, and that means a whole new rear wheel, and I'm not looking forward to that at all. Not at all. How's it going? She's a sick doctor.
Sick, huh?
I hope it ain't the internal hub.
Yeah. It's got signs of wear, that's for sure. It's a little dark in there.
Oh yeah, it's been that way for a while. I gotta say though, I'm very impressed with this bike overall. You know, it's taken a hell of a beating. That whole bicycle messengering is hard on a bicycle in general.
Oh yeah. Pretty crunchy there.
That's what I was afraid of. I was expecting the worst.
So what we're going to do is pull the bearings off the backside first.
I do see some rust in there.
No, it's just grease.
Oh, is it?
No rust. It's nice and clean.
Oh, okay, cool.
So now, take the hub off. All right, so now we've loosened that lock ring, and the whole thing just drops right out, and it looks pretty nasty.
Wow.
You can see that. Looks really nasty. And inside there.
It's your commuter.
Wow. Oops.
So what we'll do is take the
Yeah, it's
thing,
awful.
a little wipe of that, nice and clean.
Nice.
We'll do the same inside here.
Is that due to just the grease heating up, or is that just water getting in there? Or?
Could be water.
See, this is probably why you shouldn't pressure wash the bike, just in case. Ooh, those mountains look beautiful, don't they, guys? I wish I had time. I wish I had more time, and I would go up into the mountains and play around for a little bit, but I got to get back to Denver because they're calling me into work tomorrow. So did I say I hate my job? I hate my job.
The next day.
Hey there, everybody. It sounds real quiet now, doesn't it? I rode back from Boulder yesterday and I rode to work today, and I'm getting ready to ride home on the Brompton, freshly fixed of course, and this thing is great. It actually operates like it was when it was brand new, and I am ecstatic. I love it. So what I'm gonna do right now to end out this video, I'm gonna tell you all the repairs that were done to this bike. But before we do that, I really wanna talk with you guys about something that has been happening in the comment section on my channel. There have been some people that have commented things like, man, that bike is crappy, man. You've had to do so many repairs to that bike, man. It's just like piece of crap, man. Why would you ever buy that piece of junk? I felt the need to address that issue because maybe some of you are looking at my channel and say, you know, Brian, you have done a lot of repairs to this bicycle. Maybe Brompton doesn't have very good quality. Let me dispel that notion right now, okay? Most of my audience have common sense, okay? And a lot of my audience are smart enough to understand that if you ride something a lot, it's going to break down more. Let me give you an example, okay? An example that probably everybody can understand, okay? You get two people. Let's just imagine two people that go to a dealership, any dealership, let's say a Nissan dealership, and they both buy the same Altima, okay? The exact same car. The one person is a 75-year-old man. He hardly drives. He might drive 2 miles once a week to his local grocery store. He might drive 3 or 4 miles once a week to a local bingo game, but he doesn't really drive that much. The other person is a 35-year-old guy that lives 80 miles from where he works. So he's driving a 160-mile round trip, not to mention recreational driving, not to mention any other type of driving that he has to do. So he's putting hellacious miles on his car every freaking year. The one guy may be lucky to get 45 to 5,000 miles a year in on his car, while the other guy is almost at 100,000 miles for the year. They're two completely different people with two completely different driving habits. The person that drives his car a lot, the younger guy, drives his car a lot, is going to do a lot more repairs and a lot more maintenance on his car than the person that hardly drives his car. Okay, that's just a fact. We all can agree on that. Of course he's going to spend a lot more money. He's going to have to replace his brakes sooner. He's going to have to replace engine parts, regular drive belts, all these things on his car he's going to have to replace. His tires are going to wear out much quicker. There's so many things that he's going to have to replace. After about 6 months of driving, the old man has done basically one oil change, while the other guy's probably already replaced a set of brakes, a set of tires. 6 months, man, he's already done some major service work on his car. Does that mean the car is a piece of crap because he's had to do a lot more work on it? No, of course not. It's because he's driven the car. It's a machine. It's going to wear out. The more you use it, the faster it's going to wear out. That is the same for the Brompton. The Brompton, or any other machine for that matter, is going to wear out the more you use it. If you're a person that rides your Brompton maybe once a weekend, maybe if the weather's good, you're only riding a couple miles around your local park, yeah, your Brompton's gonna last years and probably not need any kind of major service. If you're a person like me who's putting more mileage on his bike, on his Brompton, in 1 month than most people probably put on their Bromptons in a total year, then yes, you're gonna wear out parts much quicker. That's just a fact. That doesn't mean the bike is crappy. That just means that I am using it so much that I am wearing it out quicker. So I just wanted to say that to people going, oh, that's a crappy bike, man. it wouldn't matter what bike I owned, I would be wearing it out. I would be replacing parts on it because I'm using it so much. And I use this bike so much, whether it be for commuting back and forth to work, or for doing bicycle messengering, or for just recreational riding. I am on my Brompton all the time. So anyway, guys, don't listen to naysayers online saying Brompton is a crappy bicycle just because they see me replacing lots of parts on it. Because they're obviously not watching my channel enough to know how much I'm riding this bicycle on a day-to-day basis. You know, when people say that stuff, I just want to take them and I want to shake them and I want to smack them, and I'm like, no. But in all seriousness, it is kind of irritating because you're like, come on, man. It's just common sense stuff, okay? I ride my bike a lot. I put it through a lot harsher conditions, riding conditions, than most people do. Of course, I'm gonna have to do a lot more repair and maintenance work. It's just a given. Now on to the repairs. What did we do to this bicycle? I put some Schwalbe Marathon Plus tires on this. And the reason why, because they've been getting kind of glass happy here in Denver. Everybody's been breaking glass everywhere. I don't know if it's a ritual people are doing, I don't know. But I want something a little stronger to roll on, and these are definitely a good tire and strong. So put a set of Schwalbe Marathon Pluses on it. You guys know that the rear hinge has been replaced. It's still operating really good. This was Chuck's idea. I wanted a top tube protector. He didn't sell any, you know, custom made top tube protectors. You almost have to order those offline off Etsy or some place that makes custom top tube protectors. I don't know. So he didn't have any top tube protectors, and I really wanted something to protect the top tube of my bicycle, considering I'm constantly brushing it all the time. And Chuck told me about this method that people use, and I'm looking at him like,
what you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, are you serious, Chuck? So he's taken this inner tube and he's wrapped it around the top tube of my frame. And at first, I really thought this was kind of ghetto. I'm like, you can't be serious. That looks so ghetto. But you know, after rolling on it for a couple days, I realized that it's not really that bad. It doesn't really look that bad. And on top of that, unlike regular top tube protector, this one right here blocks out all kinds of moisture, so there's no way moisture or water is going to get up underneath there like on a lot of top tube protectors. See, the problem with a lot of top tube protectors is that moisture, water, dirt can get up underneath the protector, and if that protector kind of moves around, that dirt and water can act as an abrasive, like sandpaper, so it could actually do more damage to your frame than, say, just leaving it bare. This right here will actually keep out the water, so it is a really good idea. Now, Chuck tells me they do this in Europe. Maybe some of you European guys and gals can tell me whether they actually do this in Europe or not. So I think we're gonna leave it on there and we'll kind of roll with it for a while until I find something better. We replaced the front brake pads with the new style that actually can change out the rubber instead of having to change out the whole pad. So we put the new style on there. Chuck changed out the shifter to this Chinese knockoff of the Brompton shifter. I'm not sure how this thing is going to work yet. It can't be any worse than the one that came on it. We'll see how it operates over the course of the next few months. I'll keep you updated on how this shifter is doing. So far, shifting great. As you guys know, the rear hub didn't really need any parts. Basically what Chuck did was take it completely apart, cleaned it completely out, re-lubed it, and put it back together, and it has been shifting like a dream. We put 2 new gears on the back and a brand new chain, serviced the wheel bearings on the front and rear, new brake pads, a top tube protector, and a new shifter. So yeah, that's pretty much, and the tires of course, and that's pretty much all we've done to the bicycle. So it is pretty much operating like it's brand new. Oh, and I put some new Brompton grips on it. My old Brompton grips were getting kind of wore out, so I put some new Brompton grips on it as well. And that is everything that was done to the bicycle. It's quiet as a mouse. It handles and operates really well, and I'm very, very pleased. So special thanks to Chuck and Laura at Freedom Folding Bikes. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the video here. If you guys have any comments, questions, leave it in the comment and questions section. And if you like the video, slap a like on it. I'd appreciate it. And I'm gonna enjoy the ride home on my new handling Brompton, and I will talk with you guys on the next video. I'll see you guys later. Bye.